Hello and welcome to Shroud of the Avatar. So, we'll be doing something a little different today, although I say different, it's still a video game like I always play, but yeah, first time I'm having a look at a MMO on this channel. And this will be sort of a play session mixed in maybe with a bit of an early impression that I've had of this game so far. And yeah, well, let's get to it, I suppose. Let's get the interface back up. And let's get off our log. So I've been playing this for 2 days now. This is day 3. And I've just finished the first big area. Kind of the first hub you get to. Because you start in a smaller area before this. Which is kind of an, I think it's kind of an offline part. And this is the part where you're actually, you will see other people around. Although there aren't many people around. But yeah, kind of to summarize the story a bit, I've my knowledge of the Ultima series isn't that deep. I've played a bit of 7, and that's mainly it. I've watched some videos about the other ones, so I have a bit of, wow, it's a very broad knowledge, or well, broad but shallow knowledge, let's say. But yeah, so when this character, customized this character, and I kind of just appeared in the world. So I'm guessing the idea is that you come through a gate, moon gate, as we all know. That guy is mining over there, and you're kind of thrown into this world, and what that is beset by or invaded by undead. And then afterwards you get to this place. Your kind of main mission is to help Captain Kinsey. Sends you on different quests around this piece of the map. I had to basically get some supplies. Fought some bandits over here. Helped this guy out on his farm over here. And went to a graveyard here to get some from the caretaker. Had some medicine. One of the people here was sick, needed medicine from here, and then she sent me to the haunted house, or what is this called? This little village down here, which is invaded by undead also, but also the Ebon Dawn, which are probably the culprit, the ones responsible for the surge in undead, because they're doing rituals down here. And afterwards I informed Captain Kinsey about it, and she gave me orders to leave this place and go to Soul Town to inform the people there of what is happening. And that is where we are. So we'll be heading out. Hang on, let me turn off universe here. Kind of for, what would you call it? Privacy reasons. So now, I'm gonna look at the part that I haven't seen before, because from what I understand, this game has a sort of world map that links these kind of hub zones together. Is this a... right, Private Velma. So yeah, probably have a few impressions to share. Oh, here we go. But I'll probably talk about it when I reach certain points. Alright. I can zoom out. And You are in the overworld called Novia. Do we have a bigger map? We do. Soul Town. That is where I need to go. Does this take me anywhere? Enter area. Player owned town. Oh, I see. Player owned town. Tier 1 adventuring area, no ransom. Oh, you can see what kind of resources there are. No quests. Let's have a look. No. Oh, that says E, not F. Right. Solace Bridge. Although actually I think... Yeah, this is where we started. No, I'm not going in here. So this is where you start the game. I think this is... it's kind of implied that a moon gate appears where you step out of and then the game starts. So you kind of... already... You could say you're already an avatar. But in this world, of course, there are many avatars, and the deal is that that's probably a lot of imposters or something. No, the true avatar is something else. Castle Eidos. Let's just go to Soul Town. There it is. Boat to hometown. Soul Town, here we go. So I have a report to deliver here. The report made by Kinsey. And I have a letter that I've been carrying with me quite a while from Quincy, which I probably should read again because it's been such a while that I don't even remember what the letter is about. So let's have a look. I found more letters and I kept them in case I run into people that they belong to. Because these were basically, a lot of these letters were found on bodies that were killed by the Ebon Dawn or the undead. Dear Quincy, my love, I hope you are able to take leave of your duties soon. How many people do they need watching over that silly bridge anyway? Nothing ever happens there. I'm staying in Soul Town this month while waiting for your Uncle Orange caravan from Graf Island. Do come see me, won't you? It's not far. Surely they can understand if you take a day or free off from the watch. I miss you horribly and hope you come back soon, Emily. Right, this is the letter from Emily to Quincy, but did we actually have a letter from Quincy? Didn't we? We do. I do have his blade. This is the report that we're supposed to make. Quincy's broken sword. I think we have to deliver that one to Emily then. Let's see, what does this say? To Stanley in Soulstown. Captain Kinsey from Captain Kinsey. Critical Ebon Dawn ritual masters sighted in a nearby village believed to be herding undead into Solace Bridge from outskirts. Will continue to monitor and sabotage enemy forces. Prepare for additional refugees from Solace Bridge. En route to Soul Town, soldiers staying in Solace Bridge outskirts to protect refugees trying to get to Soul's Town and elsewhere. So yeah. Main Avenue. Do we already have a map? Yeah, we do. A watcher. Can we hail. No, I don't think that does anything. This is kind of your first introduction to how talking to NPCs works, but Huh. Yeah, so as I said, this is an impression, so a lot of this stuff I'm not really sure what this is about. Fast travel hatch. Okay, I see. Uh-huh. So maybe I should get this out of the way. Kind of my first impression with this game. So I've been playing. Maybe I mentioned. Did I mention already? Kind of. It took me a little over 6 hours to get here. Maybe I'm closer to 7 now. Goodbye. So we can talk to cats then. And first impression wasn't too bad actually, but so I'm kind of waiting for the how would you call it? Kind of the extra drop or something like that, because yeah, since it's a free-to-play game, from what I've gathered, the monetization is pretty pay to win, I suppose. So yeah, I'm kind of waiting for that to kick in, because it hasn't yet. I've not really seen anything about the monetization. Very little, something about coins, but I've not seen anything that they're really used for, other than creating repair kits. So let's talk to this guard, if I can. Oh, he doesn't look at us. Greetings, Wayfarer. Welcome to Soulstown. I'm Stanley, the captain of the guard here. I take you had a hard road, what with arriving from SotA's bridge. Might I ask your name? So our name is Aaron. Your name is Aaron then. Did I get that right? If not, please correct me by telling me my name is. In any event, welcome to Soulstown. I trust you ran into Captain Kinsey on your way from SotA's bridge. If you have a word from her, I would be grateful. So this kind of works like I think it's kind of it takes heat from EverQuest system of how it handled conversations, but then again maybe more like I think Morrowind worked like this. So you can just click this stuff and then you'll get answers. But you can be as eloquent, let's say, as you want, because I've noticed that let's try this. Yes, I've met with Captain Kinsey. Aha! It's been a while since I've received any word from Captain Kinsey in the SotA's outskirts. I'm hoping she gave you a report to pass on to me. Tell me, am I right? So yes, we can give him the report. So this time they actually had this, the report was already filtered, as you can see here. Sometimes you have to kind of look for the stuff yourself. It's not that easy most of the time. So we can give this to him. Yeah, we get the standard 250 gold, some experience, and we gave the item away. The news in this report is important, albeit disturbing. At any rate, thank you. Please allow me to repay you for your troubles you've encountered on your journey to deliver this to me. So again, I don't know. Tell me more about the report. Sometimes guards in distant locations send me their reports, and I forward them along to the appropriate destination. My job is important, and I make sure I'm here as often as possible to help whoever needs it. So again, we can ask, what is your job? Although he just told us. Captain of the guard here. I used to work with Kajol and Ardores, but was sent here a few weeks back to keep an eye on things. Now I work with the refugees and their camp to try keep them safe and warm. So that is a lot of new leads that we get. And kind of you have your kind of standard stuff that you can ask pretty much anyone. That is name, job, which kind of heralds back to original Ultima games. Name, job. You can ask people health, and they'll tell you how they're doing. And you can ask them help. That's kind of your 4, from what I've gathered so far, the 4 things that you can pretty much ask anyone, and they should give some form of answer. I've met a few people that clearly had nothing to say, and then it's just all kind of this great text, and they don't really give you anything to latch on to. But yeah, honestly, this part of the game I've kind of enjoyed the most, because this game doesn't have quest markers, or and there is a very big minus of the game that you just heard. The music that is there is pretty good, but the mixing is awful. It just cuts at random moments. And the music's gone. That is something. That is for something. I don't know. I'm not that tech savvy, but even I could be like, yeah, you can just take the files and just have them fade out. That shouldn't be so hard. But oh well. It's yeah, that's something. It also sound effects also have the same issue. So that's a bit of a shame. Tell me about the guard. Again, you can be as that's the wrong kind of guard. The guards under my command, Harry and Evans, they're good men, but 3 people aren't going to stop an undead attack. No matter how many villages try to help. We need help from Ordoris, and soon. So Ordoris is the biggest city. I don't really feel like making a sentence with Ordoris. Ordoris is the largest city in the area south of here, along with the coast. I have need of a courier if you are traveling in that direction, though there are many here who require help as well. So do you need help? I don't need any help right now, but you perhaps ask your refugees because of some assistance. In particular, you should ask Abigail about her missing daughter, Charlotte. This is also very cool, if it works, though. Where is Abigail? Did I spell that right? Abigail. Yeah. She's in a refugee camp outside of town. Outside of town. So again, you don't have any markers on your map telling you where certain people are, but you can just ask people, where is this? Where can I find a certain location? Where can I find a certain person? And that stuff just works, which I honestly think is awesome. The first area I've gone through was far more memorable because of it than your usual MMO experience, where every NPC is really, well, again, these NPCs are also, kind of two-dimensional, but yeah, it really helps. I think this is a pretty cool way to. It's just a cool system, I think. It's not for everyone, but I like it. So yeah, we can help Abigail. Although the problem is, of course, the first person I talk to has a lot of stuff to say. So let's ask, who's Kugel? He's a good sort of bit stickler on the parade ground. I am sure he is taking this threat very seriously indeed, if men from Ordoris have already fallen in battle. Okay, so not much to tell about Kugel then. Let's just click this, keep an eye on things. You know, it is odd that they sent me here before the attack. I fear there's much going on that we do not know, and that tells me there are things I do not want to know. This is a dangerous line of inquiry, I fear, Aaron. A dangerous line of inquiry? There are many serpents in the City of Love, each hiding in the shadows, eagerly awaiting the right moment to strike with their long fangs and venomous deceit. You'd be wise to watch your back and your words, for has forsaken much of its virtue of late. I took note of this in my journal. Right, we have a journal. City of Love is already grayed out, so is the City of Love the same as Ardoris then? Yeah, okay. Well, courier. There we go. If you travel to Ardoris soon, I have some notes for Captain Kugel. Right, so Captain Kugel is in Ardoris then. Leader of the garrison, to inform him of the situation here and to request assistance. I would ask you to make helping those here your priority, though, as it will not only be of use to us but teach you more about our world before you make the journey. Here are the notes in question. I am certain Cargo Kugel will reward you once you deliver them. I have some notes. What about the notes? If you're referring to the notes for Captain Kugel in the doors, I sent them to inform him of the situation here and request whatever aid he can provide. Not really sure how you pronounce this, the Bivak, but that's where we came from, that's where we started. I'm sure you can see it from here, it's not much, but it's the best we could do at short notice. Oh, there are more of these, okay. in times like these, we all try to pitch in and help each other. It could be one of us needs help tomorrow, although dearly hope not. There's nowhere I know these people to go. The road to Ardoris is too perilous, and there are no other villages nearby. So what about the attacks? You saw the aftermath of it, and you know what fate awaits this town should things turn dire. It is time for the perennial coast to see to its own defenses. Perennial coast? Ah yes, you're not from these parts. The perennial coast is where you are now, the southern parts of Novia, ruled by the king Siranto, out of Ardoris, its largest city. King Siranto. He rules the city of Ardoris alongside his consort Kashi, the priestess of love. At least he used to be. There's a good bit of fighting between them nowadays. I expect you'll see signs of it when you visit. Right. Anything to say about the undead? It may seem strange to an outliner like you, but the undead have never really been a threat to us. Oh, sure, but the cause of many strange stories, but they keep to themselves until now something has changed, something terrible. Sultan is a nice quiet place, kind of village you'd like to settle down, but not if you want to, not where you'd want to fight a war. I've never seen battle, at least anything more pressing than rousting drunks and chasing off bandits. I fear we are all to see much worse in the days ahead. Right. Free lots, that has to do with housing, I suppose. Which we completing the first zone. I did receive a deed to a lot from Captain Kinsey, but I'm not really. I can't be too bothered with it right now. Harry, let's talk about his companions. The guard usually works during the day. He's been guard here ever since Sultan only needed one guard. We need much more. Okay, what about Evans? Evans' guard usually patrols Soulstown during the night. He tries to work the opposite shift of Harry. Best to keep an eye on things. Okay. Right. Is that anything left? Okay, goodbye. So as you can see, before we talked to him, it just said guard, but now actually it says Stanley, because now we know his name. That is also something I find quite enjoyable. It's not just you actually have to talk to NPCs to learn their name. Oh, these people went to sleep. But I do actually want to see who. And of course, we can smash barrels and take gold. Right, so let me take a moment to actually mention that before right before I started playing, like 2 or 3 days ago, I actually didn't know that this game was in the state it is in. I didn't know it had been officially released, and actually more than that, it has been released, and then the original company sold it or gave the rights to another company, which is now kind of maintaining the game. And yeah, I'm really not sure what the kind of how it is perceived, the state of this game. Some people I've heard it mentioned that it's more maintenance than anything. But then again, if you look at the Steam page, you see every, like clockwork, almost every month there is an update. It's every month, here's something, and here's something new, and here's something new. I have no idea how large those patches are, and but yeah. But yeah, it was quite surprised to me that this game actually is playable to anyone that wants, basically, because I thought that this game was in the same state as maybe Pantheon or Star Citizen, even. Kind of, well, I think Star Citizen is kind of playable to some extent. Pantheon only has sometimes playable alphas or betas. I don't know. But then again, yeah, I thought this game was kind of stuck in this eternal early access hell, like Pantheon and Star Citizen are at the moment. But guess not. So, kind of surprising how easy it is to get into this game. Yeah, I don't really know. Well, let's talk to someone. Kind of. Well, my traveler, I'm Linda. Would you care for some bark bread? It's not my finest work, but it will ward off hunger and keep your strength. I bake very special bread as I was able to bring from Solace Bridge. Oh, we just get some bread. All right. There's one word I forgot. Rumors. You can ask almost anyone about rumors. Do you need help? I know that some of my neighbors are still missing loved ones. Perhaps if you had news of their fate, it would alleviate some of their worry. I was quite lucky that Whisker, Tigger, and Kissy were able to fend for themselves and find me here after we get separated from the cats from the attack. Right, I do have a few letters with me, so maybe. So we can actually ask about every cat individually. I know I shouldn't have a favorite, but Whiskey's my pride and joy. Not that I love the others any less, mind you, but Whisker manages to be calm and yet curious, majestic and playful, perfect cat, if you ever saw one. He even won the title Grand Novian Premier a few years ago at the market fair, and he'll talk your ear off if you let him. Heh. Cat? Cats. My only family are my cats. I was married once to a love like no other, but he was taken from me by illness many years ago. Svahan was the love of my life, and I have never wanted another. My loving cats are all the company I need until Svahan and I meet again beyond the veil. Tell me about Svahan. Was a brave adventurer, much like yourself, a devoted and loving husband. I still miss him every day that we are apart. Okay. What about Tigger? Doesn't wait until no one's looking to get a mischief. He's full of spunk. That one manages feeling down. Okay. Kissy, CC maybe. It's a bit of shy at first, but once it warms up, she's quite a love bug. Don't buy innocence act of hers. When no one's looking, she's always knee deep in mischief. Let's see. Heard any rumors? I've got to be honest, I thought the rumors about the undead were just tales told by travelers with nothing better to do than to make up stories to try to impress the locals. I've never seen anything like it, and I hope to never see again. Right. Goodbye. Child. We can talk to children, but let's talk to you. Greetings, you look like you've been in battle. You didn't happen to come from Solace Bridge, do you? Do you have any news of brave men who helped escape with their lives? My love, Marcus. He was one of the courageous souls. So she doesn't tell us her name, so we don't know it yet. What is your name? My name is Nissa. It's nice to meet you. I don't think I have anything for you. Tell me about Marcus. Did you find anything in Solace Bridge? Any news, Marcus, at all? There are other things we can talk about if you like. So yeah, do you need help? Some of the other refugees still have loved ones, right? Marcus is okay. If he is, I'm not sure everyone else is too. So I guess we could go see about Marcus if we wanted to, if we can find anything there is to find, but job. We all pitch in, do whatever we carry. Once Marcus return, travel home to his home and enjoys. Okay, refugee. This is what they call people without a home, isn't it? I never dreamed I would become one. Right. Goodbye. I don't have anything for you, I'm sorry. Who are you? Ah! Hello, Outlander. You can help me learn the fate of my poor Quincy, defender of the solid bit. So yeah, I have his sword here for you. So even though she's a refugee, she still gave us 250 gold. Then it's true, his sword broken in battle, never will he return, I cannot. Here, take this, I need it not, leave me be, please, please, please. Sword? My beloved Quincy saved more people from the undead horrors that swamped Solace Bridge than he'll ever know. Thanks to you, I have a keepsake to remember him, his sword. Do you need help? Thank you, Outlander. I need nothing else. Okay. So we don't know her name yet, although it's the one on the letter. Emily, right. Any rumors? Well, it's the threat of the undead, yeah. Goodbye. So yeah, this is kind of weird. I think this harkens back to one of the old Ultimas as well, with that symbol being there. It's kind of odd, but... So this is, you could just hold down the right mouse button to do this, but you can also have a button, bind the key to have this switch. And now I don't have to press a button. And I think you can actually just interact with people like this. Yep, you can. Gracious, you look like you've been on quite the adventure then. Again, I suppose we all have. Everyone could use help these days. What is your name? I'm Jean. It's pleased to meet you. Do you need help? That's very kind of you. I could use some help finding a missing necklace. Let me know if you'd find anything more about your necklace. So what about this necklace? I gave my daughter a necklace that was a family heirloom. I gave it to my daughter after her father was taken from us, but then it was snatched from my daughter's grave in Soulstown graveyard. It's very precious and I'm desperate to get it back. If you find it, please return it to me. So... Your daughter? My daughter was playing among the wildflowers while I was looking a nice plump rabbit for supper. How she loved wildflowers, then the dead were suddenly upon her. Ooh. I see. If I return to the graveyard this evening, I might be able to discover who stole the necklace from the grave of Jeannie's daughter. Oh. Alright, I see. So it's a grave robber, it's not taken by the undead then. Where is the graveyard? Some ways out of town. Let me mark it on your map for you. Okay. What was this about adventure? I know that there are those who seek out adventure, but between the attack and the fire and those thieves, well, I've had enough for 3 lifetimes. What about the thieves? Worst kind of thieves, those who would steal from the dead. They stole my daughter's necklace. Yes. What about the fire? Well, I didn't see the fire myself, but there was smoke and Raymond shouting. It's hard to remember. Who is Raymond? He's a bit gruff, but Raymond is a good man. Check in on me to see how I'm doing. Make sure I have enough to eat. I think he really misses his wife and wants to look after someone. And he did save our wagons from going up in flames the other night. It's very brave of him. Heard any rumors? You have to excuse me, but I've been in a bit of a daze since the attack. You know what happened. SotA's bridge, I take it, and I told you about the fire, right? Yep. Goodbye. So we'll have to take a look if we can find her necklace for her. A chest. Hold on, this is a bit weird. Can we just... so yeah, this is stealing. Abigail. There we are, we found you. My name is Abigail. Just worry about my daughter. So we have a nice view of the tent here. The fabric. My daughter and I were separated after the Battle of SotA's Bridge. Charlotte is so young, I fear she will not do well on her own. Yeah, I've seen Charlotte. I saw her there. You did? My baby's alive. Oh, thank you. I'll send out someone to get someplace safe. Thank you so much for the news of her fate. I spoke with Abigail to make sure her daughter Charlotte Gray made it safely to SotA's Bridge. Yeah, so indeed, I ran into her and then told her to follow me. And then afterwards she was just kind of gone. So I thought that was kind of it. But this is her mom, I suppose. Do we need any further help? I hope for my dear Solano we'll be reunited soon. So yeah, this is kind of it, I suppose, for her. Anything about rumors? I have not heard any rumors of late. Goodbye. So, we helped her out. Whiskey. Emily. Child. Yeah, I'm guessing this is some taming game weapons and food. I take it this is player build stuff. Can I use this? Guest level access. So they have a lot of this stuff. Okay, it's pretty handy actually. So this is kind of there are a lot of there's a lot of crafting in this game, and you're not locked out from doing any of them. You don't have to choose like a lot of RPGs, a lot of MMORPGs. Probably kind of the standard, of course, is how World of Warcraft does it, where it's basically you have to pick two, maybe primary and some secondary professions, but in this one it's just you can do anything you want all at once. I don't know if there's any downside to doing, well, probably, because you gain experience, and the experience is just one big pool of experience, and then you go to a trainer, and then if you want to buy a skill, then you use the experience from your entire pool. So if you spread out too much, you probably can't get the more expensive skills for this. So it's probably a good idea to maybe stick to some stuff, but I don't know, maybe there's enough experience to go around for you to do everything. Let's see if we can cook something, because I have quite a bit of food. Oh, we only know one recipe, so that's not any good. As you can see, recipes are quite intricate already, even if you're level 1. Well, there's not really levels in this game, but tanning station. Okay, requires level 30. Right, trophies. Oh, so if we had curing salts. No, I only have one animal hide, that's right. I actually I needed simple leather straps, so now I know how to make them. I needed them for clothing, because I did make some clothing. And I also made a dagger. Which was quite a... which took quite a while to make, because you need to make the... you first get iron ore, which then you have to make ingots. And then you have to use the ingots to make the handle and also the blade. And then you can make the dagger. So you need 5 steps roughly to get to the dagger. And then I thought, oh well, you can also just buy a dagger from the blacksmith, which I did earlier. But then I thought, oh, what if the dagger I'm making, which takes a hell of a lot of effort, what if it's just a regular dagger like the one I bought? That would be quite a letdown. But actually, no, the dagger I made is plus 3, so it's yeah, it's quite a bit better there. 5 to 15 damage, 4 to 12. Well, that's not too much, but parry is a lot. It's increased damage reduction, plus weapon damage, plus durability effectiveness. So yeah, there is. You get rewarded for your efforts, I suppose. Yeah, seeing this is a player-made house, it's probably just a whole lot of nothing, but this is something that I got kind of giddy over, in that in a RPG you can actually open doors, which I'm not really used to. Though then again, even one of the oldest ones, EverQuest, had doors that you can just open. Commission free vendor. So yeah, take it this is a August 2016. So yeah, a lot of decorative stuff I've come across. I've actually have some decorative stuff in my bag, and I wasn't too sure if I should be selling it or not. Haven Ridge. So yeah, this is maybe a bit. Right click to rename. Swordman statue. So I was kind of hoping that this area would be kind of your... well, it is still part of the introductory quest, but I was hoping it was so maybe a bit more straightforward than all this stuff, because now I'm quite confused what all this means and all this is. Radio cat. You can sprint if you press forward twice. I don't want to talk anymore. Okay, alright. So this is actually a person. But I think he's just training skills, which is something that you can do in this game. Everything kind of every skill, every weapon type has a sort of XP bar. So you can't just have your character wail on a practice dummy or a practice archery target, and you'll get something out of it. Man, there's a lot of stuff here. She did mark our... there's the graveyard. Maybe let's have a look. Maybe we can actually do some fighting. Yeah, this is kind of something that's familiar when you're dealing with games that have player-made stuff in it. There's so much stuff that the game kind of starts chugging. So again, I went in this game kind of fresh. I don't really know what it's all about, but I do remember some of the controversy about this game. I think a channel I kind of like to look at once in a while, Super Bits and Bob, something like that. He did quite a bit of Shroud of the Avatar videos. And he kind of mentioned how this game is kind of run by... here we have someone. Can we talk to you? Yeah. Yeah, what do you want? Stop. Stop what you're doing. I'll be sure to visit your grave. Are we gonna fight? Now, as you can see, something leveled up. And of course he has the necklace. Right. Seeking missing necklace. Let's see. So let's filter this. Good people of Soulstone, have we know that mine grandmother's necklace has been taken by criminals on her, snatched from the top of my daughter's gravestone. It was a small silver inlaid pendant which opened to reveal a drawing to her father. My husband was lost to us many years ago. Ferocious deck. Yeah. So yeah, this is kind of if you do the quest the wrong way around. If you find the necklace before you talk to the mother. So yeah, it was kind of, I think one of the points that one of the Super Bits and Bobs videos made, I remember about this game, is that this game is kind of things work certain ways, and I really don't know what or how or what it means, but kind of the game, how the game works is dictated not by kind of the game designers wanting what is best for players, but it's kind of dictated by the people that have invested the most money in this game. So it was something like that he was talking about, and that is kind of how, yeah, kind of a problem with this game. That it really caters to a very few people who have invested a lot of money in this game, instead of making a game that is actually enjoyable to so an audience that likes MMORPGs to be a certain way. To want a MMO that kind of harkens back to well, that's kind of how I perceive this game. This game wanted to be a more natural evolution of how MMOs started out with Ultima Online and then EverQuest. And this is kind of what would come after that, instead of what became MMOs with when World of Warcraft was released, and kind of rewrote the whole book about rewrote, I say, but kind of streamlined the MMO genre in a certain way. And since then, it's just all been MMOs have just been kind of WoW clones, basically. So I actually wanted to mention how I saw an app and this video with what's his name? That guy on YouTube that did those that did a lot of Ultima videos. Noah something? Spoony, I believe his name is. Yeah, he did a somehow I got this recommended to me a few days ago, which is probably why I'm playing this right now. But he had an interview with Lord British, the guy that made Ultima, and kind of was the head of kind of what kickstarted this game. Literally, this game was backed on Kickstarter. But yeah, in that interview, they were kind of working on this game, and he was kind of mentioning how they kind of thought, well, maybe we won't give the players a map which has their location on it. And when I started playing this game, I thought it was quite a shame that they actually did introduce, maybe it didn't have it to start out with, but it does actually have a map with your location on that map very clearly. Where I thought, well, maybe it would be cooler to just have a crudely drawn map, and that doesn't have your position on it, so you just have to kind of figure it out for yourself where your character actually is on the map. And I thought that would have been cool, but yeah, comparing this level, this part of the world, comparing this to the one with the part of the world that wasn't inhabited with player stuff, kind of makes sense that they went for a map like this, because I wouldn't be able to find my way around and all that junk over there. So who needed the it wasn't you were the cat person. It wasn't it was Abigail, right? Emily. Necklace. I don't know what this means. Goodbye. So it wasn't you then. Or was it you? I found the necklace. Yeah, if they don't understand what you're saying, they'll kind of rant It's kind of fun how your character is actually reading something. Refugee camp, Jean. Right, well we didn't talk to Jean yet. There you are. I'm sorry, we're on fire, but I still want to talk to you even though I'm on fire. I found the necklace. Necklace. Yes, this is for you. Give necklace. Thank you, Evdar. You are indeed as virtuous as the stories of old proclaim. I will never forget what you have done, and I will sing your virtues near and far. Jean was happy for the return of her necklace. You received 85 gold, and you gain experience. So I'm guessing you actually had a choice in the matter, which I've also ran into. Something that isn't really that common in MMORPGs, though it's really it was minor stuff. But so I'm guessing you probably could just maybe pawn off the necklace. Maybe it was worth something. Maybe you could just sell it, or maybe there's a kind of a shady character around it that buys stuff. But also in the first area, there is a what would you say? Kind of the guards are talking about how the bandits have stolen heirlooms from the refugees. And then you have a choice. You can fight the bandits and get back some heirlooms. I've only found a few though, and you can sell them to a kind of shady pawn character, or you can just hand them over to the guards. So yeah, there's kind of a good versus evil choice you can make there. Do you want more money? I suppose you get more money because I gave the heirlooms properly to the authority. And also another part of the quest was there was a family there, two kind of upper class rich parents that had lost their daughter recently, and they wanted her last painting. And then I actually found a painting, and then that same kind of shady pawn character actually told me that he was in a relationship with her, with the painter, and that was his last. The painting was kind of the last thing that reminded him of her, and he loved the painting a lot. And he told me that her parents were kind of awful people, and they probably would sell that painting off because it's worth a lot of money. But he wanted to have it just for sentimental reasons. So in that case, I actually gave it to the shady character instead of bringing it back to the parents, which was kind of more of a morally grey area, I suppose. Because then again, the pawn shop owner could be lying his ass off. But yeah, when I came back, the parents wouldn't really talk to me. So yeah, actually I think I'm gonna leave it here for now. We did a lot of talking, a lot of just running around. That was kind of the thing. I was kind of unsure what I would be running into around here. So yeah, I wasn't really sure what I'd be getting into. So yeah, a lot of stuff that I don't really know what the hell's going on with this. So that was kind of a shame. But yeah, this is kind of my impression so far. It's because I went in with very low expectations. It wasn't too bad. I kind of enjoyed that first part. Like I say, I really enjoyed the kind of the way the questing works in this game. Not giving you markers and actually having to talk to people. I think that stuff is really cool and a neat idea. But it's probably in service of something that has become something that yeah, it probably shouldn't have become, or really can only be enjoyed by the few and not by the many, let's say, because yeah, again, I've not really ran into kind of the monetization and how that works, so maybe I'll have to have another look at that. Maybe I'll keep playing a bit and then make another video in some time. I don't really know. But yeah, this is just kind of my look at Shroud the Avatar for a bit. Probably I should maybe written down a few pinpoints of stuff that I wanted to talk about, but I didn't. So I'm not really sure if I probably have broadly mentioned all the stuff I wanted to mention. So yeah. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you around. See ya.